Hello and welcome to Sorcerer's Workshop, where we are always cooking up something new for you to use in your next D&D adventure. Today we are making a beholder. I am starting a very new, very short series, which is Beholders and Beholderkin, and I thought I'd start with probably the most iconic Dungeons & Dragons miniature, which is the Beholder. Now, I wasn't sure how to make my Beholder, so I got Volo's Guide to Monsters and used this physical characteristics to come up with these things. Purple, blue skin color, smooth skin texture, green eye color, oval iris shape, 125% eye shape, thin and long eye stalks, normal mouth shape, and thick and pointed teeth. So let's get started with the base shape. I use this, I believe a medium-sized polystyrene ball, and this is the main shape of the beholder. You can just use a foam ball or something like it. This thing was already perfectly circular, and I thought I like easy stuff, so I went for this, and that's what we're all about here at Sorcerer's Workshop. Making it easy and making it fun. So first you want to find if there is a line, get that, but if there isn't, just cut a straight line, and then cut one maybe a fifth of the way up one of the sides. This is going to be the mouth. Cut it at an angle, like so. I'll give you a better look in a minute, and just make it like that. So you see, okay, actually maybe not a fifth, maybe more like a quarter of the way up. Well, so that's where the eye's going to be. I just drew it on so I knew what I'd be looking at, but there you go. It looks a bit like a very happy monstery blobby thing at the moment, but don't worry, that's going to change very soon. Oh, there goes the ball. Now we're going to get a piece of this, a piece of cardboard like this. This is going to be the brow. What we're going to do is get some hot glue, and we're going to, we are going to hot glue it onto the top like this. It's going to look a bit like a a golfing hat, if you know what I mean. Now I'm going to very quickly texture it. In Volo's Guide to Monsters, I did roll smooth, but I just wanted a little bit of texture, so I very quickly went over the brush like this, and just did this to just create some lines all over it. It still is smooth, but it just adds something to it. I also created the bottom lip a little bit higher, and went over the areas and molded the brow into the same shape to make sure that it flowed nicely and you didn't have this weird sticky old piece of cardboard. Make sure you don't hit inside the mouth or in the eye, because that will look a little bit strange. So I'm almost finished here. All of the hot glue goes round the back to the very the very back point, which I smoothen off, but it all goes in one direction, if you know what I mean. So there we go. It is basically done. As you can see, it all goes round. The mouth has a nice bottom lip now, and the eye is looking quite nice. You see, it all goes to that little back section on the back. So yes, now we've got the base of the beholder. It's about as tall as a normal standard miniature, I would say. Alright, now we need to make the eye stalks, which are the really, the impressive bits. For this, I use wire, but this is all jangled up, so we're going to have to cut it and twist it to the right lengths and the right angles. So, if we go like this, all we have to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. And now, with our beholder, all we need to do is get a little bit of hot glue, and I mean a little bit because you don't want to ruin the nice streaky or whatever design you've got on your beholder, and you just want to, because it's a polystyrene ball, just press through the hot glue and straight into it like that. Have them all coming out at different angles. I have most of them facing forwards, but I put one facing backwards, like someone's trying to sneak up on it, and it's like, I see you there. So yes, make sure you do 10. I made sure I double checked them, I do have 10 eyes, right? Yes. So there you go. And remember, mine were long and thin, so I had a little tiny bit of hot glue just to give it a bit of texture. But I'm doubly counting here, yes. And there you go. As I said, one at the back, reaching backwards. And that really is all you need to do for the making of beholders. They seem complicated, but when you get them down to what they really are, they're not that complicated. I'm just pointing out here that the eye stalks really start at the halfway line of the beholder, just above the mouth. Don't put any stalks coming out from underneath the mouth. If you wanted to look right, I put 3 at the top, 2 on the sides, and then I put 3 on one side and 2 on another side. But you can make it symmetrical, or you don't have to. Oh God, how could I forget? Before painting, last thing you do is just add teeth. Mine were long and pointed, so that's really it. But I left a space here just so I could paint inside the mouth, because otherwise it would be a nightmare. But it was still quite hard, so just black inside the mouth, just because you can do red or something else if you wanted, but I thought I'd just do black because well, you're not really going to see it behind all those teeth. So there you are, black behind the mouth. Now mine was a purple blue, which was a dual color, so I decided I'd sort of morph them into one another, and I wanted it sort of a dark beholder, so you could put it like in a cavern or something like that. So I started off purple down the bottom, really deep purple, and then got sort of up to a sort of a normal blue, not a light blue, just a normal blue at the very top. So this took quite a lot of time, where as I got higher with the purple, I put more and more water into it, and then same with the blue, except going down. So I won't show the whole thing, because as I say, it does take a long time to get it sort of right, but depending on what colors you're doing, you might just be doing one color and you just want to maybe make it slightly brighter, or you might be doing just several colors, 2 colors, how many of the colors you want. So that's what I mean. It sort of starts purple, quite purple at the bottom, gets lighter and lighter, and then with the blue, start with the blue at the top or wherever you do it, and just sort of morph them into one another. It may take several coats. I think it took 2 coats for me, so it did take a little bit of time, but eventually you'll get a really nice really nice gradient, if that's what you're going for, which I was, because that's what I rolled. So make sure you paint the sort of not the inside of the eye socket, but like if you've got sort of a lip on the eye socket, make sure you paint that. Don't leave it out, because you'll regret it later on. And there you go. So it's sort of, it's hard. It looks like they're both purple, but let me focus for a second here. But you see the purple there, and then it goes up to it looks purple at the top, but trust me, it is more of a blue color at the top. You can probably see that it is lighter though. Next, you want to paint the eye stalks, and wherever the bottom ones, I started off purple and got into blue. And for the top ones, I started off with the blue and sort of went into a lighter blue. So wherever the tentacles start, sort of pick the color that's there and sort of take it to about halfway before sort of blending it into a lighter version of that color, or a blue if it's sort of the bottom ones. As you'll see in a minute, the top ones started off with the blue at the top, and then sort of got a little bit lighter. If the beholder was taller, it would probably get lighter as it went up as well, but that's basically what we're going for. You can paint the very tips, or you can leave them. I left them just because I'm painting them white, like I am here, and also make sure you paint the inside of that as well, and the teeth, because they're also going to be white. Now with either a green color or a green texture, whatever you feel comfortable with, on the ends, paint just a circular dot or whatever color you got. I got oval, but that was for the iris, I believe. So I just did circles for these outside ones. Make sure you get all them. I forgot about the one pointing at the back because I was facing it this way, but eventually you should get something looking like this, with dots of sort of different sizes as they sort of go. Yep, there's that one. As they sort of go. Now to do the central eye. It's looking very lifeless at the moment. It's looking a bit sort of, Zomba beholdery, which I will make in another video coming very soon. So with this one, make the sort of the green, and then get a black pen or a black paint, and paint on the middle. But other than that, before I show you the nice shot of the beholder, I will say thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, because other beholder kin will be coming soon. And other than that, thank you very much for watching again. But our beholder is basically done. So I shall be posting another video again soon. Tune into that. Other than that, thank you and goodbye.